Welcome to your era of quiet authority, chosen one. You need to stop everything you are doing and listen carefully to my voice. This specific message, finding you today, is absolutely not the algorithm, but a deliberate and divine interception sent directly to your screen. The hidden forces that used to control your life are in complete panic right now. They always described you the exact same way, did they not? You were too kind, too forgiving, and the one who always stayed quiet just to keep the peace. And because of that gentle nature, they severely underestimated you. But something massive shifted in the spiritual realm recently, when the secret society realized who you really are. And they are absolutely terrified of you. It is funny how the same people who ignored your existence are suddenly feeling incredibly uncomfortable around your energy. They honestly thought their calculated betrayal would break you permanently. But instead, it activated a primal and dangerous level of spiritual power inside you. The elites who monitor these earthly frequencies have finally detected your awakening. They see the massive light you are emitting. They see the timeline where you take back complete control of your reality and build your own empire. And they are currently deploying every distraction they have just to stop you from hearing this truth. If you swipe away now, you are handing them exactly what they want. You are giving up your only weapon right before the final battle. Do not let them win this easily today. Take one slow, real breath right now. Let that air fill your lungs and settle your anxious spirit. The heavy attacks you have been facing recently are not random bad luck or mere coincidences. They are hard proof that the unseen enemy is desperately trying to keep you asleep. They know that if you realize your true identity, their system crumbles. Heaven is about to expose exactly what is happening behind the scenes of your life. Those who plotted against you in secret are watching everything they built start to crumble before their eyes. Meanwhile, a magnificent table is being prepared for you in their very presence. But there is a massive secret about your rare bloodline that you do not know yet. There is a reason your spirit has been so restless during those long, lonely nights. There is a reason you always felt like an outsider, looking into a world that never fit your soul. You are a spiritual anomaly that completely glitches their entire matrix. The secret society hates the anomalies because they cannot be bought, manipulated, or broken by normal earthly means. What exactly did they see in your energetic blueprint that scared them so much? Why did they isolate you? Why did they send those toxic people just to drain your daily life force? I am going to reveal the exact frequency you carry before this video ends, but you must promise yourself right now to stay locked onto every single word. If you leave this page, the breakthrough might still happen, but you will not have the spiritual equipment to handle it. You will wander right back into the thick fog of daily confusion. You will let the counterfeit energies trick you once again. You simply cannot afford to miss this final piece of the divine puzzle. Your future timeline literally depends on your intense focus right now. They want you distracted by constant fear. They want you stressed about money and seeking validation from people who do not even matter in the end, because a stressed mind cannot access the supreme master frequency. But today, the heavy chains are breaking. The silence after your storm hits different when you realize you were the storm all along. You are the disruption they feared most. Listen to the subtle changes in your environment lately. Doors are closing unexpectedly, people are acting strange, and you feel entirely isolated from the old world. Do not be afraid of this massive shift. You are being divinely isolated for a major kingdom upgrade. The universe is carefully clearing the room so you can finally step into your undisputed power. The dark forces thought they could bury you in that quiet isolation. They thought the loneliness would break you. They wanted you to surrender and conform to their low vibrations. But they forgot one crucial detail about a true chosen one. We do not die in the dark. but we use that shadow to incubate our ultimate spiritual strength while they sleep. And now your light is blinding everyone who tried to keep you down. They are scrambling in their secret meetings right now, desperately trying to figure out how to put you back in the box. But the sacred seal is already broken. The massive spiritual wealth transfer has already been signed in your name. You just need the physical key to unlock it here, in reality. And that key is hidden within the truth I am about to share with you today. I need you to anchor yourself to this moment. Forget the notifications. Forget the noise of the outside world. This is a private conversation between your soul and the divine source, and nothing else matters right now. You have suffered way too long to walk away empty-handed. They are terrified because they know I am handing you the exact blueprint to destroy their invisible prison. Let us talk about what has been happening to you lately. You have been feeling incredibly tired for no logical reason. Your physical body is exhausted even when you get enough sleep. And every time you walk into certain rooms, the air feels heavy because your high vibration clashes with their hidden toxicity. You notice the strange looks people give you. They seem agitated when you simply exist near them. You are not losing your mind. Your intuition has been screaming at you that something is deeply wrong. You feel like a stranger in your own life, while everyone else pretends everything is perfectly fine. The secret society relies on this gaslighting to keep you confused and doubting yourself. They want you to think this isolation is your fault, but I am here to validate your reality today. I know exactly what you are experiencing right now. You find yourself waking up out of nowhere at 3 in the morning. Your heart is racing, and your mind is completely flooded with random anxieties. The medical world will tell you it is just stress or panic attacks. But there is a massive spiritual reason behind this sudden exhaustion and those sleepless nights. I will reveal the exact cause of this midnight phenomenon before we move to the next chapter. But first you must understand how your energetic field operates. You have always absorbed the emotions of everyone around you. You are the classic empath who constantly bleeds out your own life force just to heal broken people. They took your pristine light and gave you their filthy darkness. You stayed up late listening to their endless problems. You put your own dreams on hold because you thought it was your duty to save them. And how did they repay your pure generosity? They walked away the very moment you needed someone to hold your hand. They made you feel like you were simply too much to handle. This betrayal cut you deeply, but it was the catalyst required for your awakening. You spent so many months crying in absolute silence. You constantly asked the universe what you did wrong to deserve such harsh treatment. The truth is, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Your only mistake was bringing divine light into a room full of demons who love the dark. They could never appreciate your frequency because it effortlessly exposed their toxic nature to the world. Take a deep breath and let that sink in for a moment. You are not broken, and you are certainly not depressed. You are experiencing a profound spiritual purge that strips away every fake layer of your old life. The secret society hates when a chosen one enters this purging phase. Because once the fake attachments are gone, they can no longer attach their parasitic cords to drain your energy. This is why they are launching silent attacks against your daily life. They use the people closest to you to trigger your deepest insecurities. Have you noticed how certain friends or family members pick fights over nothing lately? They are being used as unconscious agents to lower your vibration. They want to drag you back into their drama, so you forget how powerful you truly are. Do not take the bait they are throwing at you. Your energy is your most valuable currency, and you must protect it fiercely. Every time you engage in their petty arguments, you are giving away your divine power. You must become the empath with boundaries who simply observes without absorbing. Let them swim in their own chaos, while you stand firmly on dry land. The isolation you feel right now is actually a divine shield. The universe is forcefully separating you from the masses to protect your upgrading DNA. You are an anomaly, and your operating system is fundamentally different from theirs. When an anomaly upgrades, the old environment must be completely destroyed to make room for the new empire. This destruction feels like pain to your human heart. Now, listen closely to this next part. I promised to tell you why you keep waking up at 3 in the morning with a racing heart. It is not a medical condition, and you are not going crazy. That specific hour is when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is the absolute thinnest. Your physical body is exhausted because your spirit is doing heavy lifting while the rest of the world remains asleep. While you sleep, your soul is actively fighting off the dark energy sent by those who envy you. You are doing intense spiritual warfare in the astral plane to clear your future timeline. The rapid heartbeat is the physical echo of your spiritual victories against the hidden enemies. You are literally dismantling their matrix while your physical eyes are closed. The secret society realizes that their midnight attacks are no longer working. They see that your frequency is only getting stronger despite their endless sabotage. They are absolutely terrified because the anomaly they tried to crush has just learned how to fight back. You are waking up to your true identity and taking your rightful place as the master of reality. Before we go any further, you need to secure your energy right now. Hit subscribe to establish a divine energy receiving station and protect your frequency from their attacks. This simple action signals to the universe that you are ready to claim your ultimate protection. Do not leave your spirit unguarded while we expose their deepest secrets. You often look back at your past and wonder why it was so painfully hard. You think you were incredibly weak because you forgave them too many times. You apologize for things that were never your fault. But that false narrative is exactly what the dark forces programmed you to believe while you were vulnerable. They want you trapped in endless guilt. They saw your infinite patience and quickly labeled it as pure cowardice. They took your peaceful silence and called it submission. But let me tell you the absolute truth about your complex history. Your gentle nature was never a fatal flaw. It was a brilliant spiritual camouflage designed to keep you completely safe from their harm. You observed their wicked games while playing the innocent fool. This brings us to a massive question that keeps you awake. Why did the universe allow you to suffer so much? Why did heaven make you endure such intense and prolonged isolation from the normal world? Why did the divine source let those narcissists walk all over your pure heart? I am going to answer this exact question before this chapter ends. The secret society heavily profits off your constant self-doubt. They want you to feel immense shame for giving your precious love to the wrong people. But you must stop blaming yourself right now. You did not attract toxic individuals because your personal frequency was flawed or broken. You attracted them because your light was blindingly bright. Demons will always seek out the brightest angels just to steal their divine energy. Your long suffering was absolutely not a punishment for your past mistakes. The intense pain you endured was actually a highly advanced spiritual training program in disguise. You were enrolled in a brutal boot camp that ordinary people could never survive. The divine source deliberately placed you in those extremely heavy environments. Why did it have to be this way? Because your physical nervous system needed to be rigorously stress-tested before you could inherit the kingdom. A true master of reality simply cannot be fragile. You had to learn exactly how the darkness operates from the inside out. You literally became the weapon you were constantly trying to survive. Every single time you chose to forgive them, your spiritual muscles grew exponentially stronger. Every silent tear you cried in the dark was actually forging an unbreakable armor around your soul. The secret society completely failed to understand this sacred and hidden process. They honestly thought the severe trauma would keep you stuck in a low vibration forever. They assumed you would eventually become bitter and cold, just like them. But your rare soul did the exact opposite of what they predicted. You successfully transmuted their heavy poison into golden medicine. You are the cycle breaker your ancestors desperately prayed for. Now you look at those toxic people and you feel absolutely nothing. That cold indifference is your brand new superpower. Your silence after the storm hits different when you finally realize you were the storm all along. You do not need to seek loud revenge or scream at them to prove your worth. Your quiet authority is already suffocating them. So why did the universe let you endure that intense isolation for so many years? Here is the profound truth they tried to hide from you. Heaven deliberately slowed your progress down to protect you from rooms you were never meant to enter. The long delay was a divine quarantine protocol designed to save your life. The universe kept you completely alone to prevent those energy vampires from stealing your massive breakthrough before you were ready to receive it. They isolated you so you could safely detox from the heavy matrix programming. You were hidden away in the shadows so the secret society could not sabotage your final upgrade. The rejection was not a failure, but the ultimate protection plan of heaven. Breathe that immense truth into your weary lungs right now. Let the heavy burden of the past fall off your shoulders completely. You have officially passed the most difficult test in the entire spiritual realm. You survived the long winter, and your roots are now completely unbreakable. The victim is dead, and the untouchable master is finally awake. The elite forces are watching your transformation with absolute horror. They know that a fully healed empath is the most dangerous entity on this planet. Because when you stop seeking their validation, their entire control system loses its power over your mind. You are no longer playing their rigged game. You are creating a brand new reality. They thought your silence meant you were broken and defeated. But they did not know you were busy gathering divine intelligence. Every time they underestimated you, they gave you a massive tactical advantage. And now the tables are turning in a way they never anticipated. Your spiritual bank account is overflowing while theirs is completely bankrupt. Let us dive deeper into the hidden mechanics of your daily reality. You probably think the toxic people who hurt you simply hated your personality. You genuinely believed they attacked your character because you were deeply flawed and unworthy of their love. But you must completely erase that false idea from your mind right now. They never hated you. They were absolutely terrified of you. There is a very specific mechanism operating behind the scenes of your life. Your soul constantly emits a rare signal that the dark matrix cannot easily process. The elite systems are entirely built on low frequencies, like constant fear and deep shame, but your unique blueprint constantly broadcasts a massive vibration that completely disrupts their entire control grid. What exactly is this hidden signal? I will reveal the exact nature of this disruptive signal in just a moment. But first, you must deeply understand how the secret society maintains their heavy illusions. They desperately need ordinary humans to constantly seek validation and beg for the approval of fake leaders. They want everyone running on the endless hamster wheel of blind consumption and deep insecurity. That is how they harvest your energy. But then you boldly stepped right into their carefully constructed timeline. You brought a blinding light into a corrupt system that relies entirely on darkness to function. When you walked into their rooms, you unconsciously exposed all their carefully hidden motives. Your pure presence forced the narcissists to actually look at their own ugly reflections, and they deeply hated you for it. But their calculated strategy completely failed to break your sovereign spirit. Every single time they tried to push you down, your roots grew much deeper into the solid earth. You kept finding a miraculous way to smile, even when your heart was bleeding heavily from their betrayal. The secret society simply cannot compute this high level of spiritual resilience. They do not understand how you survive. Normal people easily break under the intense pressure of constant emotional betrayal. They eventually surrender and join the toxic crowd just to feel safe and accepted by the herd. But you are the divine anomaly that literally breaks their artificial matrix without even trying. And it all comes down to that specific hidden signal your soul constantly broadcasts. This signal is your ultimate weapon. Listen very carefully to this next crucial part. That hidden signal driving them absolutely crazy is the frequency of supreme sovereign truth. It is the quiet realization that you do not actually need them to survive this world. When you finally stopped begging for a seat at their toxic table, your entire energetic signature shifted dramatically. You simply started building your own kingdom. Sovereign truth means you easily see right through their incredibly cheap masks. You can instantly feel the heavy shift in energy when someone is lying directly to your face. Your advanced nervous system firmly rejects fake love and highly manipulative situations on a cellular level. The elite forces are completely powerless against a sharp mind that cannot be manipulated by earthly fears. Right now, they are watching your steady rise with absolute horror and pure panic. They notice that their old manipulation tactics simply do not work on your upgraded mindset because you see their true intentions. You casually walk right past their carefully laid traps without even turning your head to look back. This glorious indifference is the highest form of spiritual warfare today. You can probably feel this massive power surge rushing through your physical body right now. Your mind is becoming much sharper, and your spiritual vision is finally clearing up after a brutal winter. The heavy fog of endless confusion they placed over your daily life is evaporating very quickly. This is exactly what happens when a chosen one fully activates their divine genetic code. Do not ever try to shrink yourself down just to make them feel comfortable again. Those painful days of playing small and hiding your true gifts are officially over for good. You must proudly wear the heavy crown that heaven has firmly placed upon your royal head, because you earned it through pure fire. Let them be absolutely terrified of the massive power you are now projecting. Your very existence is a living proof that their dark system is failing rapidly. Every single step you boldly take forward creates a massive ripple effect that instantly shatters their demonic illusions. They wanted you to be a tragic and helpless victim of their cruel and calculated circumstances. But heaven specifically designed you to be the completely untouchable master of your reality. Before we dive into the specific miraculous signs heading your way, you must lock in this realization. You need to officially declare your absolute sovereignty to the spiritual realm before the enemies regroup. Type 777 down in the comments to claim this alignment and show the universe you are awake. Do it right now to seal this supreme truth into your energetic field permanently. The complex matrix they built to cage your spirit is finally collapsing. You can actually see it happening in real time. Their carefully crafted illusions are rapidly falling apart right in front of your eyes. The narcissists who used to drain your precious energy are completely losing their minds. Because the supreme power source they relied on for years has just been permanently cut off. They built an entire empire using your stolen light. They used your immense empathy to fund their toxic lifestyles and fuel their giant egos. But that parasitic supply chain is officially broken now. You firmly close the heavy door on their constant manipulation, and without your pure energy to sustain them, their fake reality is actively starving to death in the cold dark. Watch how desperately they are behaving right now. They are suddenly trying to contact you after months of brutal silence. They are dropping random breadcrumbs just to see if you will kindly respond to their games. They want to drag you back into the muddy water to share their misery, but you simply look at their pathetic attempts and you feel absolutely no desire to engage. Your quiet authority is completely suffocating their loud egos. A master of reality never argues with a dying system. You do not need to explain your firm boundaries or justify your silent departure to anyone. You just walk away and let the universe handle the heavy karma they created. And the universe is currently delivering their harsh karma with brutal and divine precision. The secret society is losing total control over the global narrative. Ordinary people are still sleeping, but the chosen ones are quickly waking up everywhere. And every single time one of you reclaims your power, their dark grid loses massive momentum. They are absolutely terrified of this uncontrollable chain reaction. Your personal healing is literally a global spiritual weapon. They thought they could keep you trapped in a low vibration forever. They programmed your mind to believe you were destined for a life of painful struggle. They wanted you to accept poverty and constant anxiety as your normal baseline. But they completely underestimated the fierce resilience of an ancient soul like yours. You violently broke the generational curse in a single lifetime. All those heavy chains you dragged around are turning into dust. The heavy fog of confusion is completely lifting from your tired eyes. You can finally see their ugly faces hiding behind those incredibly cheap masks. The people you once looked up to are now fully exposed as spiritual frauds, and they are deeply ashamed that you can finally see their true dark nature clearly. This is why they try to make you look crazy to the outside world. When they cannot control you anymore, they will desperately try to control how others see you. They spread nasty lies to ruin your pure reputation. But you must not waste a single breath trying to defend yourself against their desperate smear campaigns. Your stunning future success will be the only defense you ever need. The elite system cannot stop the massive blessings headed your way. The spiritual bank accounts they tried to freeze are now overflowing with your divine inheritance. Every tear you cried in secret was actually purchasing major equity in the brand new earth. You own a massive timeline they can never enter. They are trapped in the crumbling matrix while you are peacefully ascending. But you must remain incredibly vigilant right now. The dying beast is always the most dangerous right before it takes its final breath. The dark forces know their time is running out very quickly, and they are currently plotting one final desperate attack to steal your crown right at the finish line. Do not let your guard down just because the heavy storm seems to be passing by. There is a fatal trap being set up right before your glorious dawn. It is a highly deceptive illusion designed specifically for the chosen ones who are almost healed. They know they cannot use fear to break you anymore, so they are going to use something that looks exactly like your deepest desire to trick you. They will send a beautiful counterfeit to test your brand new boundaries. If you fall for this subtle trick, you will delay your kingdom upgrade. You will hand the secret society the very weapon they need to lock you back in the dark. I will expose exactly how to spot this dangerous counterfeit in the very next section. You must recognize the specific signs of this final trap so you can effortlessly dodge their last pathetic attempt to stop you. Take a deep breath and let this intense warning settle in your spirit. The old matrix is dying, and you are the divine architect of the new reality. You have the ultimate upper hand in this silent war. They are completely terrified because they have absolutely no leverage left over your soul. You are finally free, and their heavy empire is turning into useless ashes. The final trap they are setting is incredibly deceptive. Just when you feel completely healed and ready for your blessing, the darkness will send a beautiful counterfeit right to your front door. It might look like the perfect job opportunity, or a lover who suddenly says everything you always wanted to hear. It will perfectly mirror your deepest desires just to pull you back into the old chaos. But if you look very closely, this counterfeit lacks true spiritual substance. It demands that you compromise your newly established boundaries just a little bit to keep it. The moment you lower your shield for this fake blessing, their energetic cords will latch onto you again. You must fiercely reject anything that costs you your deep inner peace. That is the ultimate test. When you successfully pass that final test, heaven will open the floodgates. And you need to know exactly what those divine floodgates look like in your daily reality. Here are the 3 massive signs that your ultimate upgrade has been fully activated. Pay close attention to these specific markers because they prove that you have officially broken free from their crumbling matrix. Number 1. You will experience a massive and sudden physical detox. For a few days, your body might feel incredibly heavy, or you might get intense headaches. This is not sickness. This is your cellular structure, physically purging years of toxic programming they forced upon you. Your actual DNA is recalibrating to hold the supreme frequency of a true master of reality. Number 2. The synchronicities in your daily life will become undeniably loud. You are going to start seeing repeating angel numbers like 1, 1, 1 and 8, 8, 8 everywhere you look. The exact right people will suddenly appear at the exact right time to help you. These are not random coincidences. This is the universe actively rolling out the red carpet for your brand new timeline. Number 3. A profound and unshakable silence will settle deeply over your spirit. Even when chaos erupts around you, your internal waters will remain completely still. The narcissists could be screaming right in your face, and you will just look at them with cold pity. You will realize that nothing they do can ever touch the sacred core of your soul again. This silent power is exactly what terrifies the secret society the most. They can fight against anger. They can easily manipulate your fear, but they have absolutely no defense against a chosen one who is perfectly calm and detached from their cheap illusions. Your profound stillness is the loudest weapon you could ever wield against their dying empire. You have finally become the anomaly they tried so desperately to destroy. Every single tear you shed in the dark was watering the massive roots of this silent power. They thought they were burying you, but they were actually planting the most dangerous seed in the entire spiritual realm. And now, you have bloomed into a radiant force that completely blinds their dark eyes. Think back to the person you were just 1 year ago. You were so exhausted from constantly begging for a seat at their toxic table. You were desperately trying to prove your worth to people who could not even see their own reflections. But look at the incredible sovereign master you have become today. You do not just demand a seat at the table anymore. You own the entire building. Your energetic field is now a highly secure fortress. The low vibrations of jealousy, manipulation, and endless drama simply bounce off your invisible shield. You are walking in absolute divine alignment, and the spiritual wealth you have accumulated is finally ready to manifest in the physical world. The universe is preparing to hand you the keys to your new kingdom. But before you can step fully into that glorious light, we need to address the massive secret I mentioned at the very beginning. The ultimate truth that makes the hidden elite tremble in absolute fear when they hear your name. It is time to uncover the deep mystery of your specific bloodline and the real reason you were chosen for this specific generation. Take a deep breath and prepare your spirit for this ultimate revelation. The long winter is officially over, and the glorious dawn is about to break the horizon. The chains are completely shattered, and the prison doors have been blown wide open. You are about to remember exactly who you are, and this profound realization will change your entire reality forever. Here is the absolute truth you have been waiting for. The massive secret the dark society tried to keep completely hidden from you. They did not attack you just because you have a kind heart. They targeted you because they immediately recognized your ancient energetic signature the exact moment you were born into this world. You are not just a normal human who magically stumbled into spiritual awakening. You carry the original creator code inside your literal DNA. You are a cosmic architect who was sent specifically to this generation because heaven needed someone strong enough to dismantle their corrupt timeline. That is why you never fit into their heavy systems. That is why their fake rules never made any sense to your ancient soul. You are the living glitch in their artificial matrix, and they absolutely cannot control a divine glitch. When they looked at your blueprint, they saw the complete destruction of their empire. They saw the specific timeline where you finally wake up and take back all the spiritual wealth they stole. So they threw every possible obstacle in your path to keep you completely asleep. They sent the most toxic narcissist they could find to drain your daily energy, hoping that a broken heart would keep you permanently distracted from your mission. But their desperate plan failed miserably. You forcefully woke up anyway and shattered their heavy chains. The waiting season is officially over right now. The dry and lonely desert you walked through for years has suddenly burst into a massive oasis of pure divine favor. Every single closed door is being blown completely off its hinges today. Can you feel that massive shift in your spirit right this second? That powerful feeling in your chest is the frequency of absolute victory. You are finally stepping into the exact timeline you were born to rule. You are no longer the exhausted empath who begged to be understood by blind people. The intense crucible of your pain has forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. From this exact moment on, your pure energy demands complete respect without you ever needing to speak a single word to them. The divine wealth you were promised is flowing effortlessly into your hands right now. They are completely powerless to stop this massive blessing. The dark forces are weeping in total defeat. They watch in absolute horror as the universe crowns you right in front of your enemies. The magnificent table has been prepared for you, and they are forced to watch you feast. You endured their heavy attacks and broke the generational curse, setting your entire bloodline completely free from their dark grip forever. Heaven is giving you a massive standing ovation today. You have won the silent war. Your heavy tears have literally transformed into diamonds in the spiritual realm. Everything they selfishly stole from your life is being returned 1,000 times over by the divine source right now. The wealth and deep peace you were denied are rushing into your life. You are the living proof that light will always conquer the absolute darkest of nights. Take a deep breath and truly enjoy this beautiful moment. But the pitch-black darkness has one final desperate trick left to play. The dawn of the new era is shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown right now. The powerful energy inside you is vibrating at its absolute highest possible peak. But the devil knows that if you walk away without securely sealing this frequency, the blessing remains completely vulnerable in the physical realm. You must actively protect what heaven just handed to you. The unseen enemies are waiting for you to turn off this screen, so you forget this truth. They want you to immediately return to your stressful daily routine because they know this high vibration will naturally fade away if you do not anchor it. You cannot let them steal this massive victory from your hands. You have fought way too hard to leave the spiritual front door completely unlocked tonight. The universe requires one physical act of obedience to lock this reality in. This is the most critical moment of your entire spiritual journey. You are standing right on the edge of the golden bridge that firmly connects your painful past to your glorious future. Do you feel that intense warmth radiating deeply in your chest right now? That is the divine source waiting patiently for your final confirmation. You must show heaven that you are fully prepared to receive the heavy crown today. I need you to prepare your mind and your physical body for this final sacred seal. The secret society is watching your next move with absolute dread. They know that if you complete this final energetic transaction today, they will permanently lose their grip on your soul forever. They will never be able to touch your timeline again. Do not hesitate for a single second. It is time to completely claim your ultimate victory. The time for playing small is completely over. You have officially graduated from the brutal school of darkness. The heavy chains that bound your ancestors are finally lying shattered at your feet today. You are the specific chosen one who broke the generational curse forever, and the spiritual realm is standing in absolute awe of your massive strength. You must never look back at those toxic people again. Their crumbling reality has absolutely nothing left to offer a sovereign soul like yours. They are completely trapped in a heavy matrix of their own making. While they scramble in the dark to find a new source of energy, you are walking effortlessly into the golden light. Your future is fully protected. Every single tear you cried in secret was actually a massive investment in this exact moment. Heaven recorded every silent prayer and every painful betrayal you endured. And now the divine source is paying you back with incredible spiritual wealth because you refused to surrender your pure heart. Your energy field is a heavily guarded fortress. You are safe. Do you remember how exhausted you used to feel just a few months ago? You thought you would never escape that heavy fog of constant confusion. But look at the radiant master of reality you have completely transformed into today. Your quiet authority is now your greatest weapon against the secret society, and you do not even need to speak to command complete respect. The unseen enemies are currently watching your glorious rise with absolute terror. They desperately wanted to keep you trapped in that low vibration of fear and endless self-doubt. But your pure light was simply too blinding for their fragile system to handle. You literally burned their fake illusions to the ground, just by refusing to participate in their childish games. You are a divine anomaly that completely rewrote the rules of their rigged matrix. When they expected you to finally surrender, you found a hidden reservoir of ancient power inside your soul. You pulled yourself out of the deep mud while they were completely asleep. And now you stand on top of the mountain as the undisputed architect of your brand new timeline. This is exactly why they try to make you doubt your own sanity. They know that a fully awakened empath is the most dangerous force in the universe. If you firmly believe in your own immense power, their entire control grid loses its grip on humanity, because your personal healing journey is literally dismantling their global empire brick by heavy brick. But as you step into this massive blessing, you carry a sacred responsibility. The divine source did not give you this profound wisdom just so you could hide it away. There is another beautiful soul out there who is bleeding in the dark of deep despair, and they are crying out for a guiding light, just like you did during your painful winter. If this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith inside you, do not keep this great blessing to yourself. Share this message with someone who needs it to multiply your own blessing. Sowing the seed of hope today is the ultimate way to prove your obedience to heaven. And when you help another chosen one wake up, you instantly double your own spiritual wealth. The pitch-black darkness has retreated completely behind you today. The dawn of the new era is shining its brightest rays onto your beautiful spiritual crown. But you must actively lock in this glorious frequency to create an absolute shield of protection around your life, because you cannot leave your energetic front door unlocked when the enemies are still lurking. Subscribe to the channel right now to anchor yourself at the highest vibrational frequency. This physical action serves as a divine boundary line that no dark entity can ever cross. It tells the universe that you are fully committed to your new sovereign identity, so do it immediately to seal this beautiful reality and claim your massive generational wealth. And before you go about your beautiful day, leave a heavy mark on this physical timeline. Type 777 down in the comments to permanently seal this profound truth into your spiritual blueprint. Let the secret society see that you are no longer afraid of their pathetic shadows, because your written declaration is the final nail in the coffin of their dying empire. You have officially won the silent war against the hidden darkness. Walk forward, with your head held incredibly high and your heart full of pure divine peace. They will never be able to steal your radiant joy ever again. You are the untouchable master of your destiny, and heaven is proudly walking right beside you as you enter the brand new timeline.